ever prayed about a decision and still felt unsure in your spirit? You prayed for direction, you waited patiently, and you thought deeply and profoundly, yet you did not receive the response that you had hoped for. Today's lesson is for the believer who says, I want to walk in obedience with God, but I do not want to do it incorrectly. This is not about making snap decisions. It is about grasping the fundamental way that God directs us. We often struggle with clarity. Why? Because we expect life to be certain. We want no risk. So every choice feels safe. There's no doubt at all, absolutely, which would allow us to feel confident in our decisions. And no discomfort, meaning that we prefer to avoid any changes or any type of difficulties. However, the Bible does not promise us this kind of certainty. In the book of Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 to 6, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Why? In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. This verse does not promise that God will explain every circumstance in life. Instead, it emphasizes that he will guide you on your journey and help illuminate the path that is ahead. To follow his guidance, you must trust in him, which suggests that belief and faith are essential in navigating life complexities. On the other hand, if we possess absolute certainty about every outcome and every decision, that would then eliminate the need for trust altogether, allowing us to navigate our paths without relying on divine intervention or divine direction. Many people of faith, we often mistake fear for wisdom. We say things like, I am just being careful. I am waiting on God. Or, I do not feel peace yet. Sometimes what we call waiting or being cautious is really a sign of fear, disguised as spiritual language. It is important to recognize this and ensure our actions are grounded in faith and not in fear. In the book of 2 Timothy 1:7, it says, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Wisdom brings peace, while fear leads to agitation. You know, the Bible gives us meaningful words to describe and to address the challenges that is in our lives. In the book of James chapter 1 and verse 8, it says, but when you ask, you must believe and not doubt. Why? Because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. Double-mindedness is not the same as rebellion. It is a struggle between wanting to obey and wanting to feel comfortable. Part of you want to follow God, while another part seeks safety and comfort. When two voices fight for your attention, it can make it hard to find clarity. The inner conflict can leave you feeling uncertain and confused about what to do next. You know, when we seek guidance from God, we usually do not receive detailed plans. Instead, we get, number one, we get direction. This is the inner feeling that guides us along a specific path in life. It is a gentle voice telling us which way to go or what changes that we must make. Number two, a nudge. Sometimes we experience small pushes in life, such as a sudden idea, a chance meeting, or an unexpected situation that lead us to something important. These small nudges remind us to pay attention and to act on what feels right. Number three, a next step. We are often shown only the next action to take rather than the whole plan. This could be reaching out to someone, starting a new project, or even taking a moment to reflect. These small steps help us to move forward and reveal the bigger picture over time. In this way, we learn to trust the process and take action, knowing that each small step brings us closer to our purpose. In the book of Psalm 119:105, it says, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. You know, a lamp light only a small part of the path, showing only the next step rather than the whole journey. If God revealed everything at once, we would not need faith. This limited light reminds us that we often have to be moved forward through the one step at a time, trusting in what we cannot see ahead. Many believers hesitate to act until their fear is completely gone. However, feeling at peace does not mean fear has disappeared. It means that fear is no longer controlling your decisions. In the book of Colossians chapter 3 verse 50, it says, "And let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to which also you were called in one body, and be thankful." Peace acts like a guard or ruler in our lives rather than just a temporary feeling. It helps us make the right choices and stay true to our commitment, even when our emotions are uncertain or in conflict. In challenging times, peace gives us clarity, helping us focus on what truly matters rather than getting lost in our feelings. God cared more about your trust than about your timing. You often find clarity as you take steps forward, not before you begin moving. Waiting without taking action can lead to frustration. However, when you act in God's guidance, you can feel peace. Many believers feel stuck, not because God is silent, but because understanding often comes after you first obey and act. Many of us find it hard to admit a simple truth. The problem is not a lack of clarity. The real issue is a fear of acting. Most people already know what to do next. They just worry about the potential cost. In the next video, I will show you how to turn your clarity into action without letting fear dictate your decisions. Knowing God's will is important, but acting on it is even more challenging. In part 2, which is titled Making Confident God-Led Decisions, I will share a simple framework to help you take action with confidence, with understanding, and with commitment. This framework will guide you to make decisions with peace and wisdom. The link is in the description. Be sure to check out the upcoming video in the Spiritual Insight playlist. In these videos, you will discover a variety of practical Christian coaching tools that are designed to deepen your faith and enhance your spiritual journey. It will also provide actionable strategies and insights that you can apply in your daily life and daily work to nurture your spiritual well-being and to promote personal growth. Do not miss this opportunity to enrich your understanding and the practice of Christian principles. I'll see you in part 2, Making Confident God-Led Decisions.